Hi guys, it's Jen from Creatively Homemade. Today I have for you a fun Halloween tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute Spooky Cat Hershey Nugget favors. And these would be great to make a bunch up for class parties or to hand out at trick-or-treating. My youngest daughter is in middle school, but she's already asked me if I would make a bunch of these up so she could hand them out to her friends on Halloween. So to make these, I used the Stampin' Up! Spooky Cat stamp set, and that is available in the new 2017 holiday catalog. And I also used the coordinating cat punch, which makes it really easy to cut out those cat shapes. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make these. So for each Hershey Nugget favor that you're going to make, you're going to need a scrap of cardstock. I am using pumpkin pie. And you're also going to need a little strip of designer series paper. This design is in the Spooky Night Halloween designer series paper from this year's holiday catalog. And you just want to cut that little strip of designer paper to 1 inch by 3 inches. And then that's what we're going to use to cover our nugget. I'm using glue dots to cover the nuggets because if you use a glue gun, it will melt the chocolate, and then when it cools, it's going to leave a blemish there, and I don't want to give out candy to kids that have blemishes on them. So I'm just using glue dots and then that way kids can help too, because you don't have to worry about the danger of the glue gun burning them. So I'm just going to add one more glue dot here to the end. There we go. And I like my seam to be here on the side because we're going to be putting the cat on the side here, so it will cover it. And then it'll be seamless on the bottom. So now that our Hershey Nugget is covered, we're ready to do some stamping. I am using the Spooky Cat stamp set from this year's holiday catalog. This cat is so cute. It's got all these little Halloween sayings in them. And then it has a cat paper punch that coordinates perfectly with it. And this stamp set and this cat punch, if you buy it together as a bundle, you will save 10%, which is always nice to save some money, right? So I am going to stamp this cat using black ink onto the pumpkin pie cardstock, just like so. And you need one stamped image for each favor that you're going to be making. Now after you have it stamped, all you have to do is turn your punch over and line it up. And it matches perfectly the stamped image and makes cutting it out so much easier than cutting it out by hand. Now for each favor, you're also going to need an additional cat that is not stamped. So go ahead and punch a second one. And then we can set that aside and we're ready to assemble it. So you want to put 2 mini glue dots on one of the sides of your nugget. And we're going to be adhering the cat to the side. Okay, so take your stamped cat and put it along the side. You want to make sure that it doesn't go any further than the bottom so that this will stand up. Repeat the process with the unstamped cat and put it on the back side. So just add 2 mini glue dots to the back there. Whoops. Just like so, and then make sure that the tails are on the same side and line that up with the bottom. Okay, now to finish this off, you're going to put a mini glue dot up here at the top of the head and one there on the tip of the tail, and that way we can press them together. The tail might be a little bit bigger than the glue dot, but you can kind of take your nail and push it onto the punch shape to kind of take care of anything that might be hanging over. So then line up the head and push that together to seal, and line up the tip of the tail. Whoops. Tail's a little bit more finicky, but there we go. So there is our little Hershey Nugget holder treat, but I want to add a little bit of embellishment to it. So I am going to grab some black and white baker's twine and cut a short little length for a bow and just tie it around his neck to give a little bit of decoration. Just like so. You don't need any adhesive to hold it in place. It'll stay on its own. And if you don't want the bow there, you don't have to have a bow there. You could leave it off altogether. But then after you've got the bow all nice like you want it, then just trim the ends, maybe a 1/2 inch. You don't need very much. And it'll look like that, which is super cute. And then the last thing I want to do is to add some eyes to the cat. And I'm using our metallic enamel shapes for that. I'm just going to grab my paper piercing tool here really quick. It makes it easy to transfer these adhesive shapes to your projects. So I'm just going to pick one up with my paper piercing tool. And I'm going to add 2 little eyes to my punch shape. We'll see how that looks. Just like so. I like how the gold makes it kind of look like his eyes are glowing, which is kind of cool. So that's all there is to it. Super quick and super easy and super cute. I think these would be great to make for class Halloween parties or even trick-or-treating. It wouldn't take very long to make a whole bunch of them to hand out to the neighborhood kids. Now if you want to make some of these Spooky Cat favors, be sure to check out the description box below because I will have a link to all the supplies I used. And don't forget, if you buy these stamp sets and the punch together as a bundle, you will save 10%. So I hope you've enjoyed this Spooky Cat favor tutorial. If you liked it, be sure to click below to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more crafts like this one, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, happy crafting!